Hello everyone, myself Nirali Mahendra Kamble and I'm here to present a video on history of Chomsky and it is an SEO-based activity. Avram Noam Chomsky is born in December 7, 1928, is an American linguist, philosopher, cognitive scientist, historian, social critic and political activist, sometimes called the father of modern linguistics. Chomsky is also a major figure in analytic philosophy and one of the founder of the field of cognitive science. He is a laureate professor of linguistics at the University of Arizona, institute professor emeritus at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT) and is the author of more than 150 books on the topics such as linguistics, war, politics, and mass media. Ideologically, he aligns with the anarcho-syndicalism and libertarian socialism. Born to Jewish immigrant in Philadelphia, Chomsky developed an early interest in anarchism from alternative bookstores in New York City. He studied at the University of Philadelphia. During the post-graduation work in the Harvard Society of Fellows, Chomsky developed the theory of transformational grammar for which he earned his doctorate in 1955. That year, he began teaching at MIT and in 1957 emerged as a significant figure in linguistics with his landmark work Synthetic Structure, which played a major role in remodeling the study of language. From 1958 to 1959, Chomsky was a National Science Foundation Fellow at the Institute of Advanced Study. He created or co-created the Universal Grammar Theory, the Generative Grammar Theory, the Chomsky Accuracy, and the Minimal Program. Chomsky also played a pivotal role in the decline of linguistic behaviorism and was particularly critical of the work of B.F. Skinner, an outspoken opponent of USA involvement in the Vietnam War, which he saw as an act of American imperialism. In 1967, Chomsky rose the national attention for his anti-war essay, The Responsibilities of Intellectuals, becoming associated with New Left. He was arrested multiple times for his activism and placed on President Richard Nixon's enemy list. While expanding his work in linguistics over subsequent decades, he also became involved in linguistic wars. In collaboration with Edward S. Harrison, Chomsky later articulated the propaganda model media criticism in Manufacturing Concert, work to expose Indonesian occupation East Timor. His defense of unconditional freedom of speech, including that the Holocaust denial generated significant controversy in the Ferguson affair of 1980s. Since retiring from active teaching at MIT, he has continued his vocal politician activism, including opposition the 2003 invasion of Iraq and supporting the Occupy movement. Chomsky began teaching at University of Arizona in 2017. One of the most cited scholars alive, Chomsky has influenced a broad array of academic fields. He is widely recognized as having helped to the spark of cognitive revolution in human science, contributing to the development of new cognitive framework of the study of language and the mind. In addition of his continued scholarship, he remained a leading critic of US foreign policy, neoliberalism and contemporary state capitalism, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and mainstream news media. Chomsky and his ideas are highly influential in the anti-capitalist and the anti-imperialist movement. Linguist John Lear further remarked that within a few decades of publication, Chomskyan linguistics has become the most dynamic and influential school of thought in the field. By the 1970s, his work also come to exert a consideration influence on philosophy, and Minnesota State University Marhead poll ranked synthetic structures as the single most important work in cognitive science. In addition, his work in automata theory and Chomsky accuracy have become well known in computer science, and he is much cited in computational linguistics. ACM Turing Award winner Donald Knuth credited Chomsky's work with helping him combining his interest in mathematics, linguistics, and computer science. IBM computer scientist John Backus and another Turing Award winner used some concept to help him develop Fortran, the first widely used high-level computer programming language. Immunologist Neil Jenner, 1984 Nobel lecture applied Chomsky's generative grammar theory to the immune response process. Chomsky's theory of generative grammar has also influenced work in music theory and analysis. Chomsky is among the most cited authors living or dead. He was cited with the Arts and Humanities Citation Index more often than any other living scholar from 1980 to 1990. Chomsky was also extensively cited in the Social Science Citation Index and Science Citation Index during the same time. The librarian who conducted the research said that the studies showed that he is very widely read across disciplines and his work is used by research across disciplines. It seems that you can't write a page without citing Noam Chomsky. Chomsky received an award from President of Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, David Kreger, in 2014. In 1970, the London Times named Chomsky one of the maker of 20th century. He was voted the world leading public intellectual in the 2005 Global Intellectuals poll jointly conducted by American magazine Foreign Policy and British magazine Prospect. New Statesman reader listed Chomsky among the world's foremost heroes in 2006. In United States, he is a member of National Academy of Science, the American Academy of Arts and Science, the Linguistic Society of America, the American Association for Advancement of Science, the American Philosophical Association, and the American Philosophical Society. In abroad, he is a corresponding fellow of British Academy, an honorary member of British Philosophical Society, a member of Deutsche Akademie Naturforscher Leopoldina, and a foreign member of the Department of Social Science of the Serbian Academy of Science and Arts. He received a 1971 Guggenheim Fellowship, the 1984 American Psychological Association Award for Distinguished Contribution of Psychology, the 1988 Cato Prize in Basic Science, the 1996 Helmut Medals, the 1999 Benjamin Franklin Medal in Computer and Cognitive Science, 2010 Eric Forson Prize, the British Academy's 2004 Neil and Sarah Smith Medal for Linguistics. He also a two-time winner of the NCTE George Woolworth Award for distinguishing contribution of honesty and clarity in public language in 1987 and 1989. He has also received the Rabindranath Tagore Centimacy Award from Asiatic Society. Chomsky received the 2004 Karl von Ossietzky Prize from the city of Oldenburg, Germany, to acknowledge his body of work as a political analytic and media critic. He received an honorary fellowship in 2005 from the Library and Historical Society of University College Dublin. He received the 2008 President's Medal from the Library and Debating Society of National University of Ireland, Galway. Since 2009, he has become an honorary member of International Association of Professional Translator and Interpreter (IAPTI). He received the University of Wisconsin's A.E. Harvin Center's Award for Lifetime Contribution of Article Scholarship and was indicated in IEE Intelligent System AI's Hall of Fame for significant contribution to the field of AI and intelligent system. Chomsky has an eldest number of 4. In 2011, the U.S. Peace Memorial Foundation awarded Chomsky the U.S. Peace Prize for anti-war activities over 5 decades. For his work in human rights, peace, and social criticism, he received the 2011 Sinde Peace Prize and the Stratton Order in 2015, the 2017 St. McBride Peace Prize, and the Dorothy Eldridge Peacemaker Award. Chomsky has received honorary doctorate from institutes including the University of London, the University of Chicago 1967, Loyola University Chicago and Swarthmore College 1970, Pratt College 1971, Delhi University 1972, and the University of Massachusetts 1973, and the International School of Advanced Study in Paris 2012, among others. His public lecture has included the 1967 John Locke's Lecture, 1975 Vidham Lecture, 1977 Hisuga Lecture, and 1988 Massey Lecture, and among others. Various tribute to Chomsky has been dedicated over the years. He is the ambassador for a bee species, a frog species, and a building complex at Indian University, Jamia Millia Ismailia. Actor Viggo Mortensen and Edward Gard guitarist Buckethead dedicated their 2003 album Pandemonium Formarica to Chomsky. And here I end my presentation. Thank you.